Hello there. I don't know what city you're in tonight. I don't know what time it is where you are. But I know one thing. You found this channel. Somewhere close to midnight. Your eyes a little tired, looking at a screen. Maybe you're leaning against a pillow. Maybe you're at your desk, a blanket pulled over your shoulders. Maybe you're in bed, your eyes already half closed. I know you're tired. There was something you carried all day, wasn't there? Something you didn't tell anyone. Or maybe you told someone, but couldn't quite explain it. Or maybe you couldn't even say to anyone that you couldn't explain it. You made it here. That's enough. Right now, that's enough. My name is Efe, and this channel, how should I put it? It's a place I've been building in my head for years. A place where someone tired could come and sit down at the end of a long day. Where stories are told slowly. Where games run quietly in the background. Where nothing asks anything from you. Maybe it helps you sleep. Maybe you just listen. Maybe you leave it open in some corner of your room, taking its voice as company. However you need it. Tonight, the game running behind us will be Stardew Valley, a game I've loved for a long time. I played it years ago, took breaks, came back. A small town, a small farm, slow seasons. There's no urgency in this game, just soil, seeds, morning light. Sometimes a cup of coffee, sometimes a letter. I think it will fit beautifully with our story tonight. The story I'm going to tell you is about someone returning home after many years away. A small town, a familiar door, the joy of a dog. Years you don't quite speak of, faces you can't quite remember, a cup still sitting in its place. I won't give away the details. You'll see them in the story. If this feels right to you, leave a like. Subscribe if you'd like. The channel is new. Every small bit of support matters. And one more thing. If you have a moment, leave a comment. What game and what story would you want to see woven together? A game, a character, a kind of night, whatever comes to mind. Maybe we write that story together for the next video. Now, let's go into the story. Dim your lights. Pull your blanket close. Are you ready? Tonight, you are coming home. Tonight, you are coming home. You stepped off the bus just a few minutes ago. Your bag is in your hand. It isn't big. Just a few days' worth of things. You didn't bring more than that, because home is already home. You don't need to pack what's already waiting for you. The bus stop sits where it always sat. A simple sign, a slightly rusted iron bench. Someone once carved a heart into the bench. Black ink pen, faded from years, but never quite scrubbed away. Whose heart it was doesn't matter anymore. It just sits there. You start walking, Main Street, evening. The town is quiet mostly. A dog barks somewhere in the distance. Not Rusty. Not yet. The street names are the same. Maple Street, Oak Lane. The road you rode your bike along as a child. You can't remember where the bike is now. You think you gave it to someone. Or maybe it's still in the garage. Maybe you'll look tomorrow. Maybe you won't. The old diner isn't there anymore. In its place, a small cafe has opened. The sign is new. A few people sit inside, lit by warm yellow light through the window. You glance through the glass as you passed. You didn't recognize anyone. And right now, you don't need to. You kept walking. You turn onto a side street. This one hasn't changed as much. Front yards, fences, mailboxes. One house has blue light glowing in its windows. Someone watching television. In front of another house, a cat sits perfectly still. It watches you. You watch it back. Two strangers for a moment. Then you kept walking. Sometimes when you return somewhere, the place hasn't changed, but you have. Sometimes it's the other way around. Both feel strange in different ways. The end of the road is in sight now. Around the corner, your house. You know it's there. Your steps slow down without you noticing. Your bag just feels a little heavier in your hand. And there's the corner. And there's the house. The porch light is on. Your mother's habit. If she knows someone's coming home, she leaves the light on even past sunrise. It's hard to find your way in the dark, she used to say. She probably still says it. The garden gate. The latch makes the same sound it always made. A small metallic click. You thought you'd forgotten that sound, but the body remembers. The hands remember. You stand in the yard for a moment, just looking. Years ago you walked out through this gate with a bag in your hand, a much bigger bag. Now you're coming back with a smaller one. Isn't that strange? When you leave, you always carry more. When you come back, you carry less. You walk up to the front door. You stop before knocking. One breath. There's movement inside. They might know you don't have a key. You don't really need to knock, but you do anyway. Because this house isn't quite yours anymore. Not the way it was. When you left years ago, the house changed with you a little too. 2 knocks, soft, polite. From inside, a voice. Is that them? Your mother's voice. Then footsteps. Your father's shoes. Heavy, slow. Coming to the door. The door opens. First you see your father. He looks older than you'd expected. His hair is all white now. The same quiet expression on his face, but his eyes have warmed. For a moment he just looks at you. Then he nods gently. Yes, it's them. You came back, and pulls the door fully open. Welcome home, he says. Just that. 2 words. Your father's words have always been counted. You step inside. You set your bag down by the door. Then your mother's voice from behind him. Is it really you? Are you really here? She comes out from the kitchen, apron still on, wiping her hands on it. When she sees you, she stops for just a beat. One look, her eyes shining. Then she moves quickly towards you. You hug. Your mother's hug has always been the same, tight but soft. Her hair has that same scent it's always had. You never asked her what soap she used. You won't ask her now either. Are you tired? That's the first question. The first question mothers always ask. Food is ready. Do you want to eat first or rest a little? Before you can answer, another sound. A nail clicking on hardwood. Movement. Coming around the corner from the living room. Rusty. First his nose appears, coming around the corner. Then the rest of him. He moves more slowly now, not the bounding way he used to, but his tail is wagging like crazy. A sound comes out of him, not quite a bark, not quite a whine, something in between, a happy little murmur. You crouch down, you hold your hand out toward him. He comes close, buries his nose into your palm. Is that you? Is it really you? The way he's holding still tells you he never forgot your scent. Then he leans his whole head against your knee, his whole weight there. You bend down, kiss the top of his head, scratch behind his ears. Rusty has some white fur now. His muzzle is mostly white. It used to be all black. He's aged. He was a younger dog when you left, maybe 4 or 5. Now, 14, 15. You don't know exactly. But the years you don't remember were his years too. Counting a dog's years is different from counting a person's, because dogs wait, without asking, without complaining. They just wait. And when they see you, they rejoice, as if you'd never been gone. Your mother stands behind you, watching with a smile. He knew you were coming. He's been restless all day. He kept watching the door. Maybe dogs know. Maybe they don't. You aren't sure right now. But scratching Rusty's head, something softens inside you. Maybe a muscle that's been clenched for years. You straighten up slowly. Rusty stays right beside you, leaning against your leg. Your father has been quiet behind you. He picked up your bag and carried it upstairs while you weren't looking. He did it without saying a thing. He always does it that way. Your mother turns toward the kitchen. Come on, wash your hands. The food's getting cold. You follow her into the kitchen. The same kitchen. It hasn't changed. The same refrigerator. Old, slightly humming. It used to hum. Your mother said for years she'd replace it. She didn't. Maybe the humming has stopped now. Or maybe she's just gotten used to it. The same table, 4 seats, wood, slightly worn at the edges. There used to be 4 chairs. There are still 4, but only 3 have been used these last years. Your seat has stayed empty. Now your seat is set for you. Plate, fork, spoon, a glass of water, bread cut in its usual place. The salt shaker still has the cracked lid. You never asked why she didn't replace it. Some things stay because they don't change. You sit down. There's something strange. The place knows you. The chair recognizes your back when you lean into it. Your mother brings the food. Steam rises from the pots. That dish. You don't need to say its name. You know it. Years ago she'd make it every week. Abroad you tried it sometimes. It never came out the same. The recipe might have matched, but something was missing. Now it's on your plate. The first wave of steam rises to your face. Your eyes close for a second, not on purpose, just instinct. Some smells are time machines. Smell carries you to places the brain can't reach. Your mother sits across from you. Your father takes his place beside her. The 3 of you, 3 plates, rusty at your feet under the table, pressed against your ankle. For a moment, no one says anything. Then your father, simple. Let's eat. You start. You set your spoon down for a moment. Your parents are eating quietly. But then this is just another evening. For you, it's something else. You look out the window. The yard is dark. Maybe a bird call, distant. The porch light is still glowing. Sometimes a moment feels like it belongs to a different time. Like you don't quite belong to where you've come from anymore. But you don't quite belong here either. You're in between. And being in between, you've forgotten a little of who you are. Remembering takes time. Where are you right now? On your phone, your computer, your TV. What time is it for you? Are you tired tonight? Maybe you're someone far from home too. Maybe it's been years. Maybe just this week you felt far. Or maybe you're right at home, but a corner of you is still distant. That happens. Everyone is a little like that somewhere. It's good that you came. Let's go into the story together. Get your tea. If there's a dog beside you, let them stay. Dim the light. Settle into your bed. Let's continue. Dinner is over. Your mother is gathering the plates. You try to help. Don't sit, rest, she says. The same words she's said for years. Years ago you let her clear them, and now you let her again. You move into the living room. Your father is already there, in his chair. The same chair, he's always sat in that chair. The armrests are a little more worn now, but the place knows him. It's almost shaped to him now. You sit in the second chair, close to him but not directly across. A small angle off, because some conversations aren't built eye to eye. They're built side by side. That's how it goes with fathers, not looking at each other, looking at the same thing. The television is off. The room is quiet. Only the ticking of the clock. The wall clock, an old mechanical one. The old tick-tock. Your father doesn't say anything yet. Neither do you. The silence isn't strange. With some people, silence is more restful than talking. Then your father, without taking his eyes off the clock. How was the flight? It was good, you say. Long but good. He nods slightly. That's all. Enough. Fathers are like that. They ask once. They take the answer. They don't push for more. The 7 questions your mother asks, your father packs into one. A few seconds later, how long are you staying? You were expecting that question. Your answer isn't quite ready. I'm not sure yet, you say. A few days maybe a little longer. He nods again. You know your father is hoping you'll say maybe longer. You also know he'll never say so. You sit for a moment. Then your father taps the armrest lightly with his hand. A small, I'm getting up gesture. Want some tea? I'd love some, you say. Your father goes to the kitchen. You stay in the chair. You let your eyes drift slowly around the room. Same walls, same pictures. A painting, a landscape your mother bought years ago. A framed family photo. You, Mum, Dad. You're 12 in it. Your teeth in braces. You're not smiling, but you look happy. Your mother in the middle. Your father standing behind. His hand on her shoulder. A classic family photo. You didn't know it then, maybe, but you were happy. Looking at it now, you know. As a child, you don't know the value of time. As an adult, you still don't really know. You just realize there's less of it. Another frame on the sidewall, smaller. You at your college graduation. Robe, cap, smile. Your mother hung this one without asking. You don't remember the day all that well anymore. Just that you were tired. The ceremony was long. The weather was hot. Your education was finished. But something else was starting. Rusty walks into the living room quietly. He comes to your side, lies down by your foot. He sighs, a dog sigh, then rests his head on his paws. You lean over, scratch his ear. Some kinds of love are wordless. Dogs know this better than anyone. Your father brings the tea, 2 cups. He sets yours down in front of you. Then he sits back in his chair. The tea is hot, steam rises. The same cup. Years ago you used to drink from this cup. There's a small chip on the rim. There always was. Your mother wanted to replace it. Your father said it still works. It still works. For a few minutes you don't talk. You drink your tea. The clock ticks. Then your father. The garage. Your old bike is still there. look at him. Really? I hung it from the ceiling, made some space. The tires are flat, but the frame's solid. A small smile crosses your face. You hadn't thought about your old bike. Why did you keep it? Your father shrugs. He doesn't answer. But you know the answer. Fathers keep things. Maybe someday someone will need them. Maybe not. But they don't throw them away. Keeping a child's bicycle is believing your child might come back one day. They don't say it, but they do it. You sit with that for a moment. You drink your tea. The clock keeps ticking. Outside the window, the porch light still glows on the yard. Your father isn't looking at you. He's looking at the painting on the wall, the landscape, a road through a valley. Maybe a place he used to know. Maybe a place he wanted to know. You won't ask. Some things you don't ask. You just sit in the room with the person. That's enough. Half an hour later, the tea is finished. Your mother is still in the kitchen. You offered to help again. She refused again. Your father is reading the newspaper, half asleep in his chair. I'll head up and unpack my things, you say. Your mother calls from the kitchen. Okay, I'll come check the bed in a bit. I already made it, Mum, you say. You don't think I remember? A small laugh comes from the kitchen. The stairs, old wood. The third step has always creaked. It still creaks. You used to know how to skip that step, coming home late as a teenager. Now you stepped right on it on purpose. It creaked, like saying goodbye to something. Upstairs, hallway, 3 rooms. Your parents' room on the left, closed. Your old room on the right. The small guest room across the hall. You used to study there sometimes. You enter your room. Mothers protect one thing, their children's rooms. You left years ago. Your room is still like you. No dust. Your mother sweeps regularly then. The bed is made, the sheets are clean. The pillows smell faintly of lavender. An old poster on the wall. A movie you haven't named in years. One of your favorites in high school. The edges are slightly faded, but it's still there. Your mother never took it down. Books on the shelf. Half from before college. School books, novels. 1 or 2 books of poetry. The other half are books you added later. Ones you left behind. The ones you couldn't take abroad. A chair beside the bed. An old t-shirt thrown on it. Your mother's clothes folding day. She used to throw your laundry on the same chair years ago. You set your bag on the bed. You don't open it yet. You just look at the room. When you return, you wonder if the room remembers you. The answer is always the same. The room doesn't remember. You do. And that's enough. You sit on the bed. The bed creaks lightly. It used to creak too. You stay still for a moment. You look toward the window. Through the curtains, streetlight bleeds in. The same window, the same view, the tree in the yard, the neighbor's roof, the lights of the town in the distance. How many nights have you looked out of this window over the years? In your high school days, thinking about the future, as the day you'd leave for college got closer, when you broke up with someone. You don't even remember their name now, only that you looked out this window for a long time that night. Now, years later, the same window, the same tree a little taller, the same roof, the same street light. You've changed. When a room doesn't change, you're the one changing. When a room changes, you think you're staying the same. Both are illusions. Everything and everyone changes, just at different speeds. You get up from the bed. You walk toward the dresser. You open it. Inside, on hangers, a few old clothes, things you wore in your youth. A jacket, black, a little big on you now. Your mother probably aired it out from time to time. A shirt, white, the collar slightly yellowed. On the top shelf a box, cardboard, an old shoebox. Photographs is written on it, in your mother's handwriting. You reach up, take the box down. You sit back on the bed. You set the box in your lap. You open the lid. Inside, photographs piled together, disordered, years mixed up. Some black and white. Your parents' childhood, your grandfather, your grandmother. Most in colour. Your childhood, your teenage years. Small things. You pick up the first photograph. You, 3 or 4 years old, sitting on your father's shoulders in the garden. Your father is laughing, really laughing, not the lip-pressed kind. You're pulling at his hair with your small hands. Times when you made your father laugh that much. You don't remember this. The second photo, your mother and you in the kitchen. You're wearing a small apron. Your mother is kneading something. You've stuck your hand into the dough. Your face is covered in flour. You're both laughing. Then a Polaroid. Pretty old, slightly faded on the edges. A holiday day at the beach. You're 7 or 8, your mother in a swimsuit. Your father in a white t-shirt. The sea behind you. Another family next to you. You don't remember who they are. Or do you remember? A man, bearded, smiling. A woman in a headscarf. A child your age. You don't remember who they were. The face looks familiar, but there's no name. Maybe a friend of your father's. Maybe a relative. You want to remember, but you can't. Some faces stay in your mind, but you forget the names. Some names you remember, but the faces blur. You don't know which is sadder. You set the photo aside, then you flip it over. Your mother used to write dates on the back sometimes. Summer holiday, 1998, with the Brad family. Brad. Who is Brad? You don't know. You probably used to know who they were years ago. Now the name sits like a ghost. Maybe if you asked your mother, she'd remind you. But you won't ask. Because some things are forgotten. Because they're meant to be forgotten. You keep going. A group photo. High school graduation day. You in the middle, your friends beside you. You remember most of their names. some of them. There's one whose name you can't quite pull up, no matter how hard you try. A girl standing next to you smiling, her arm through yours. Who? Years ago you were close, now there's no name. How much of everyone who's passed through your life do you really remember forever? Most fade. This isn't sad, it's natural. The brain isn't big enough for everyone. You're someone whose face is blurred in someone else's memory too. Right now, somewhere, for someone who knows. At the bottom of the box, a small Polaroid, rusty, as a puppy, a few weeks old. You're holding him in your lap. He looks 2/3 smaller than your lap then. Both your eyes are bright. You remember the day you first brought Rusty home. Your mother didn't really want a dog. Taking care of a dog is work. Your father said yes, so they took him in. You were in the first year of high school. Rusty always loved you the most. He was the whole family's dog, but on some nights he'd sleep at the foot of your bed especially. Then college, then abroad. You left him, but he didn't leave you. You hold the photo for a long time. Then you put it back. You close the box. You don't get up from the bed. You just sit. The door opens quietly. Rusty, pushing with his nose. He comes in, walks toward you, tries to jump on the bed. But he's old now. It's a little hard. You lean over and help him up. He climbs onto the bed, settles beside you. He rests his head on your knee. I'm here, you say, softly. I'm here. Rusty sighs. He shares something with you through a sound he hasn't been able to make for years. You sit like that for a while. Rusty's slow breathing. The street light through the curtain. Then you stand up carefully, not to disturb him. He stays on the bed, eyes following you with no anxiety, just curiosity. You walk to the window. You pull the curtain just slightly back. Outside the yard, the same tree, the streetlight casting a long shadow. You think about it for a moment. Years away, years here. The way both kinds of years pass at the same speed, but feel completely different. In the years away, time felt fast. Days disappeared. You'd wake up and 3 months were gone. 5 years, 7. But here, back here, time has weight. A minute is a minute. An hour is an hour. The clock downstairs ticks. The bus stop bench has been waiting. Your mother's kitchen has been steaming. Your father's chair has been holding his shape. Maybe time isn't faster in one place than another. Maybe you're just less present in one place than another. When you're not present, time slips. When you are present, time settles. You let the curtain fall back. You turn from the window. Rusty is watching you from the bed. His tail thumps once against the blanket. I'm here too, it says. Whenever you're ready. You sit back down beside him. You scratch his ear again. He closes his eyes. Sometimes coming home is loud. Phone calls, hugs, food, voices. Sometimes coming home is quiet. A box of photos. a dog's breath, the shape of a window you used to know by heart. Both are coming home. Both count. You glance at the clock on the wall, an old wind-up one, slightly slow, as it's always been. Almost 10 o'clock. The night is still young. Your parents will probably stay up another hour or so. You want to walk for a moment, just a short walk. The streets outside, see what's still there and what isn't. You stand up, you step into your shoes. Rusty lifts his head. Are you going? I'll be back, friend, you say. Just a short walk. He understands somehow. He sets his head back down slowly. You head down the stairs. Downstairs. Your mother is in the living room, knitting. She used to knit. She still knits. Your father's foot rests on a small stool near her. I'm going for a walk, you say, just to get some air. Your mother looks up. It's late. You'll catch a cold. I'll take my jacket. I won't go far. All right, dear, she says. She nods. Take your key with you. The key rack is in the entry, on top of the small cabinet. It used to be there years ago. You take a key, slip it into your pocket. You put on your jacket, the old one from your room, the one you took out of the dresser. It still fits. You step out the door. The air is cool. The season is late autumn, maybe? Early winter? Hard to tell. Leaves on the ground, most of them dry. The street lights cast yellow light. You start walking toward Main Street. You pass the front yards, blue lights in windows, televisions on. The lives of people flow inside. You walk outside. For a moment it feels like a scene from a film. Neither do they see you, nor do you really see them. Sometimes walking through a city at night, you feel like a ghost. Everyone is living. You're just watching. This isn't strange. Sometimes it's good. The old barber shop, it's closed. The sale sign in the window from earlier. Now a cardboard sign, closed. The tools are still inside, just not being used. Whether the barber died or moved away, you don't know. There's no one to ask right now. As a child, your father would bring you here for haircuts. You'd cry because the scissors scared you. The barber would give you a lollipop every time for staying still. Whether this memory came just now or was always there, you don't know. You keep walking. The old market, still open. It was pelicans you used to know. Now the sign has changed. Sam's Corner. You look in through the window. Inside, a woman with a shopping basket, wandering between shelves. You might know her, you might not. Knowing would require going inside, and you don't go inside. You keep walking. You turn the corner. The old school, high school, or was it elementary? You confuse them for a moment. Two-story building, white facade, iron fences. A basketball court in the yard. The lights have been turned off now. You lean against the fence for a moment. You look into the yard. You ran here, You fell here. You kissed someone here. On one of the spring nights. No one ever knew. A teacher told you something here. You don't remember what they said, but you remember how it felt. When you return years later, some places still speak to you. They have no words, but you hear them. You keep walking. You reach the end of Main Street. On the corner, a house. Mrs. Wilson's house. At least it used to be Mrs. Wilson's. An old neighbour of your mother's. As a child, she'd give you cookies. She'd call out to you when you passed through the garden. The lights are on in the windows. You stop. You look. A silhouette passes through the curtain, hunched, moving slowly. Maybe Mrs. Wilson. Maybe someone else. Her child, a relative. Years have passed. Who knows? Is Mrs. Wilson still alive? You don't even have the courage to ask, because the answer might be no. For a moment, the silhouette approaches the window, as if to look outside. You step back into shadow. You don't want to be seen. You can't explain to yourself why you're hiding, why you're not saying hello. Maybe because you don't know what you'd say after the hello. Maybe because you can't fill the silence of years with one sentence. The silhouette pauses at the glass for a moment, then steps back. The curtain doesn't close. It stays half open. Maybe they saw you. Maybe they didn't. Some nights looking at a neighbour's window is enough. You don't need to speak. Knowing they're still there is enough. You start walking again, toward home. Your feet remember the way better than your mind does. Body memory. The shorter path home, the longer path home. You take the longer one without deciding. You're not in a hurry. A few houses farther, you pass an old playground. Small swings, a slide, empty at this hour. The chains of the swings slightly stirred by the breeze. A faint metallic creaking. You sat on those swings as a kid, maybe with someone who's no longer in your life, maybe alone. Empty swings at night look strange, like something has been left behind, or like something is waiting. You walk past them. The road home. Your house is at the end of the street. The same porch light visible from a distance now. Yellow glow against the darker block. As you walk closer, you think about the years between then and now. You left this town for college. You went to a city, bigger, brighter, faster. The kind of place where streetlights drowned out the stars. Where coffee shops opened at 6 in the morning and stayed open until midnight. Where you could walk down a street and not see anyone you knew. Some people are crushed by that kind of place. Others find a strange relief in it. You found relief. For years you went toward more work, more skill, more pay, more apartments in better neighborhoods. You thought that was forward. Maybe it was. Or maybe forward isn't a direction. It's just movement. And after a while, you don't know where you're going. You just know you're going. Then one day you stopped. You're not sure why exactly. A small thing probably, a bad cup of coffee, a morning where you didn't want to get out of bed, a photograph that came up on your phone, the place you couldn't quite place it first. And then you realized it was your old kitchen. That's when you booked the ticket. You hadn't told anyone, not even your parents. They think you came on a whim, but you've been planning it for weeks, saving the right number of days, picking the right week. You wanted it to feel sudden, the way coming home should. You're nearly at the porch now, almost back. One of your neighbours' houses has a small lamp in the window. Not a ceiling light, a small reading lamp. Someone is up, reading. You picture them, older, maybe alone, maybe not. A book in their lap, a quilt, a quiet hour. People age inside their houses. You don't see it from the street, but inside, behind those windows, time is happening to them too. You reach your own gate. The latch clicks again. Same sound. You're starting to think you'll never forget it again after tonight. Some sounds reinstall themselves. You walk up the path. The porch light has stayed on this whole time, the way your mother promised it would, in unspoken ways. You unlock the door, step inside, close it quietly behind you. The living room light is still on. Your mother is sitting in the armchair, but she isn't asleep. Your father's chair is empty. He must have gone to bed. Your mother looks up. Was it cold out there? A little, you say. You take off your jacket. Do you want something hot? She asks. She doesn't really wait for an answer. She gets up, heading to the kitchen. Let me warm some milk. You follow her into the kitchen. You lean against the counter. Your mother pours milk into a small saucepan, turns on the burner. The milk begins to warm slowly. You used to do this when you were a kid, remember? She says. I'd heat a glass for you before you slept. You remember. You remember very well. You remember a smell of lavender. Your mother adding a drop of honey to the warm milk. You whistling around her. Can't it go faster? Your mother would laugh. Milk doesn't hurry. I remember, you say. Your mother doesn't talk while she heats the milk. You don't talk either. You just lean against the counter and watch her. Her hair has more grey in it now. The backs of her hands show veins more clearly. The apron. Is it still the same apron? Maybe. Maybe it's a new one of the same kind. Maybe it really is the same one, because your mother doesn't easily throw things away. Mothers are people who carry time, childhoods, youths, small things. They hold all of them somewhere. When you've forgotten, the day comes when they remind you. The milk is warm. Your mother takes out a glass. You know which one. Your glass. Blue rim, white. same glass from years ago. She pours the milk into the glass, adds a drop of honey, hands it to you. Drink it slowly, it's hot. You take it. The glass is warm in your palms. Steam rises to your face. First sip. The milk is slightly bittersweet, the honey sweetness coming after. The same taste, the same hour, the same kitchen years ago. Mum, you say, you haven't gone to bed yet. Your mother gives a small laugh. You haven't gone to bed yet, so I can't. She used to say that years ago. When you'd come home late, your mother would be waiting on the couch. You're not in bed, Mum. You're not in bed, so I'm not. That sentence hasn't changed. Some kinds of love don't change. They shift shape, but the core stays the same. Your mother waited for you years ago, and tonight she waited too. In between she waited too, even when you didn't know. You finished the milk. The glass is empty. Go to bed, Mum. I'll head up too. Your mother nods. Okay, I'll turn off the lights. You leave the kitchen toward the hallway. In the hallway, you notice a sound. It's coming from the garage. Slow, rhythmic. A screwdriver sound. Small, light. A metallic clicking. Your father. The garage door opens to the hallway. The main entrance is on the side, but there's an inner door too. Slightly ajar. Yellow light bleeds out from inside. You approach to the door. You don't open it. You look through the gap. Your father is at the workbench, a lamp lit. In front of him, a watch, an old pocket watch. Its mechanism is open, the parts laid out on the desk. Your father is turning a screw with a small screwdriver. Slow, careful. He's put on his glasses, reading glasses, at the tip of his nose, concentrated. Midnight. His father, fixing a watch. As a child, he'd always do this. Years ago, he'd repair the chain on your bicycle, the wheel alignment. Your mother would say, "Come to bed already," at late hours. Your father would say, "I'm finishing." He's still not finishing. Some people aren't not tiring. They just don't know how to rest. Hands have to be doing something. When hands are empty, the mind starts. When the mind starts, the past comes. When the past comes, you grieve maybe. So hands stay full. You understand this for a moment. Maybe for the first time. You knew your father loved watches, but you'd never quite thought about why he loved them. You don't go inside. You don't want to disturb him. With your father, silence while he works is his companion. You look for one more moment. The way his shoulders curve over the workbench. The careful way his hand moves the screwdriver. The patience of him. Sons and daughters spend their lives misunderstanding their fathers. Then one night, through a doorway, in a single glance, they understand something they've been missing for years. You used to think your father was distant, that he didn't say enough, that he didn't ask enough. You don't think that tonight. You think he was always saying something. You just weren't listening in the right way. Tonight, in this hallway, watching him through a half-open door at midnight, you finally listen the right way. He's not distant. He's just one of those people whose love speaks in actions, in objects, in the bicycle in the garage, in the chair that holds his shape, in the watch he's fixing for no one in particular. He doesn't say, "I love you." He never said it, that you can recall. But he kept your bike for years. He left the porch light on. He carried your bag upstairs without being asked. He poured your tea into the chipped cup that should have been thrown away. These are love letters. You only learn how to read them later in life. You step back quietly. You head toward the stairs. The garage sound keeps going. Small, steady. He'll work for another half hour maybe an hour. He'll come up when he's done, take off the glasses, lie down beside your mother. You won't talk. You'll just sleep. Your mother knows the rhythm by heart by now. Years of it. She knows he'll come. She doesn't wait the way you'd think. She sleeps with her hand on the empty side of the bed, and somewhere in her sleep, she'll register him when he gets in. Some loves have their own choreography. They don't look like love from the outside, but they hold a marriage together for decades. You climb the stairs. The third step creaks. You don't dodge it this time either. You're learning slowly that some sounds are meant to be made. Upstairs, the hallway, your parents' bedroom door still closed. Your mother hasn't come up yet. She's downstairs turning off lights. Your father's place beside her is empty. He's still below. You go into your room. Rusty is still on the bed, asleep. His nose on his paws, breathing slow and steady. You stop for a moment, watching him. Watching a dog sleep is one of the most peaceful things in the world. He has no worry right now. No past, no future. Just a moment. Just breathing. You go to the room quietly. Close the door behind you. The door creaks the way it used to. You approach the window. You pull back the curtain. Night. There are no lights in the yard. The neighbour's light has gone out by now. The street light far. There are some stars between clouds. In small towns, the stars actually show. You'd forgotten how to see stars in the city you lived in abroad. The city was so bright that stars went into shadow. Here the stars are brighter than the city. You don't open the window. You just look. A bird call, a night bird. Maybe an owl, maybe something else. Sound and silence. Both have ages. Even silence has age. Silence deepens as years pass. As a child, silence is boring. As an adult, silence is a gift. You have closed the curtain. Let a sliver of streetlight come in. Not full darkness. pajamas. You approach the bed. Rusty stirs, half sleeping, half awake. He opens his eyes slightly, sees it's you, closes it again. You take your pajamas from the bag. You change. You get into bed. The quilt is heavy. The house quilt. Abroad you use thin blankets. This bed's quilt is thick, heavy, warm. It molds itself to your body. You close your eyes for a moment. Then you open them. There's one more thing to do. You lean over to Rusty at the foot of the bed. You kiss the top of his head, scratch his ear. Rusty sighs. We're together now. We can sleep. In that way, you lie on your back, look at the ceiling. Your eyes adjust slowly to the darkness. The light from the street lamp casts a small pattern on the ceiling, the shadow of the curtain. You remember this pattern. Years ago, the same pattern. Some nights you'd stare at this pattern for hours in your high school years. On nights you couldn't sleep. Before exams, when the uncertainty of life pressed down. Now the same pattern again. You're older, but the pattern is the same. Strange. Some things don't grow up. They wait. The screwdriver sound from below is still going. Slow, rhythmic. Your father hasn't slept yet. Then the sounds stop. Maybe 10 minutes later, maybe 15. Your sense of time is loose. Footsteps from the garage. Your father getting up, slowly, through the hallway, to the stairs. The third step creaks. Your father didn't dodge it either this time. Maybe from tiredness. Maybe because he doesn't care. Your parents' bedroom door opens, closes. The house is silent now. Rusty's breath at the foot of the bed. Slow, deep. Sleep breath. Houses speak differently at night. Sounds of wood, sounds of water. The hum of the refrigerator. The tick of a radiator. These don't happen in places that aren't homes. When these happen, it's a home. The weight of the quilt settles into your body. The pillow soft under your head. Your mother's lavender faint. Now you understand. None of the beds you slept in abroad over the years were this bed. Now you understand. A memory comes, uninvited, just comes. As a child, one night you've been afraid of something. You don't know what now. A nightmare maybe. Maybe a real thing, but so small that reality can't hurt it. You'd run to your mother. Your mother hugged you in the hallway. "I'm always here," she'd said. "Even when you don't know it, I'm here." You hadn't realized you remembered this sentence. Your brain had stored it somewhere for years. Now it came back. "I'm always here. Even when you don't know it, I'm here." Your eyes water a little. The reason isn't clear. Maybe from tiredness. Maybe from joy. Maybe because it's home. Maybe because you've just realized it's home, which is something much deeper. You don't wipe, you let them flow. Some nights something inside you loosens, a muscle held tight for years. This loosening isn't painful, just surprising. Remembering is surprising. Realizing someone was waiting for you without believing, that's surprising. A small knock at the door. Soft. Are you awake? Your mother's voice whispered. I haven't slept yet, you say. The door opens slowly. Your mother puts her head in. Her hair is pulled back now, her nightgown on. Sleep, she says. You must be tired. For a moment you look at each other. There's so much that isn't being said, and there doesn't need to be. Good night, Mum, you say. Good night, sweetheart, she says. It's good that you're here. The door closes slowly. Your mother saying it's good is the most beautiful thing she could say. So is your father in his own way. They each say it in their own forms. Your mother with words, your father with sounds from the garage. They're both the same thing. You stare at the ceiling. Your eyes slowly adjust again to the dark after the brief glow when the door opened. The pattern is still there. The curtain shadow on the ceiling. The streetlight's old gift. Some nights you used to count the threads in this pattern. As a child, as a teenager. You don't count anymore. You just notice it. There's a strange comfort in noticing something you used to count, as if you've grown past needing to measure it. You shift on the pillow. Rusty stirs at the foot of the bed but doesn't wake up. His tail thumps once against the quilt, then stills. The house is fully quiet now. Your father long asleep. Your mother probably just laid down. The refrigerator humming faintly downstairs. Same hum, never replaced. You think about tomorrow for a moment. Your mother will probably get up early. She'll make breakfast. Something warm, something familiar. Your father will come down in his robe. The three of you will sit at the same table where you sat tonight. Maybe Rusty will follow you into the yard. The morning light here is different from the morning light abroad. Softer, slower, full of birds. Then you'll have to decide how many days, when you go back, where back even is anymore. But not tonight. Tonight those questions can wait. The night was made for unbearable questions to wait their turn. You feel a soft drift in your eyelids. Not full sleep yet, but close. Rusty's breath steady. The radiator clicking faintly in the corner. Turning on for a few minutes, then off again. The slight creak of the house, settling in for the night. In a year, will you remember this night? You don't know. Probably not exactly. Not the photographs by name. Not your father's exact words. Not the temperature of the milk. But you'll remember a feeling. A weight in the chest, not unpleasant. The shape of being home, even briefly. Memories don't survive in detail. They survive in feeling. That's why you can't recall the conversations of your childhood. But you can recall whether your childhood felt loved. You think your childhood felt loved, maybe imperfectly, maybe in ways you didn't always understand at the time, but loved, that counts. You let your eyes close more. The pattern on the ceiling becomes hazy. Tomorrow's a day too. Tomorrow's a day too. The day after, also a day. Years from now, when you think about coming back, you'll remember tonight in pieces. The latch on the gate, Rusty's white muzzle, the chip on the cup, your father's silhouette through a half-open door, your mother saying, "It's good that you're here." These pieces don't make a whole, they make a feeling. The feeling is enough. You stay still for a long time, eyes closed but not yet asleep. The way the body waits at the threshold of sleep, neither here nor there. You think about how you got here. Not the bus ride, not the flight, but the slow accumulation of years that made this trip necessary. You think about the first year you lived abroad, how strange it was, how you cried once on a Tuesday for no reason, how you laughed once in a coffee shop with someone whose name you no longer remember. You think about the third year, how you stopped writing letters home. You called instead, shorter, faster, less feeling fit into a phone call than into a page. You think about the fifth year, when your mother first sounded older on the phone, the way her voice slowed down, the way she repeated questions you'd already answered. You meant to come home that summer. You didn't. You think about all the summers you meant to come home and didn't. You can't get those summers back. That's something you've accepted now. Accepting it took years on its own. The summers you missed are gone. Your parents are older. Rusty is older. The barber is no longer here. Mrs. Wilson, maybe yes, maybe no. But tonight you're here, and tonight counts. Tonight is one summer's worth of being here, compressed into one night. It might have to last a long time before the next time. You open your eyes a little. The seeding pattern is still there. You blink at it slowly. Then you close them again. You think about the conversation you had with your father about your bike. I hung it from the ceiling, made some space. He's been saving it. For how long? 5 years? 7? 10? The whole time you were away? You don't know exactly. But you know your father has been saving things, quietly. The bicycle was a single visible example of an invisible practice. Your father has been saving room for you. In the garage, in the porch light, in the chair across from his, in the chipped cup nobody throws away. Some parents fill the empty space their child leaves with new things. Other parents leave it empty, in case the child comes back. Your father is the second kind. Most likely your mother too. Most likely they didn't even discuss it. It was just how they grieved your leaving, by not letting the leaving be final. You feel something warm at your feet. Rusty has shifted, pressed closer to your leg. You can feel his ribs rising and falling against your calf. You don't move. You don't want to disturb him. You don't want to disturb this moment either. Some moments are like glass. Moving wrong can crack them. Outside somewhere the night is happening. People in other houses are also sleeping or not sleeping. Other dogs are at the feet of other people. Other mothers have left other porch lights on for other children who didn't come home tonight. You think about those other porch lights, burning quietly in their empty yards, waiting. This is a secret architecture of the world, the silent waiting that happens in living rooms, in unmade beds, in kitchens with one extra plate. The world is full of it. Nobody talks about it, but everyone does it. You did it too, in your own way. Abroad on the night you couldn't sleep, you thought about coming back. You held the idea in your chest like a small light. The idea waited there for years, until tonight. Tonight the idea is home. It can rest too. You feel your breathing slow, the body taking over, the mind softening at its edges. Rusty's breath in rhythm with yours, almost slowing together. You used to be afraid of going to sleep as a child. You don't remember why. Maybe the dark, maybe the way dreams could be loud. Your mother would sit at the edge of your bed sometimes and hum something. Not a song exactly, just a low hum that traveled into the dark and made it feel less wide. She doesn't hum tonight. She doesn't need to. The dark isn't wide tonight. The dark is small and held. The dark is your old room, full of your old things, with a dog at your feet and a quilt that knows your shape. Some nights you finally let yourself be small again, and being small again for one night is restful. Tomorrow you'll be grown again. Tomorrow you'll have to be the one driving and deciding and explaining. But tonight you can be small. Tonight someone has heated milk for you and turned on a light for you and saved a bicycle for you. Tonight you can simply receive. Your eyes are heavier now. Rusty takes a deep breath in his sleep, a small tremble at the foot of the bed. You must be dreaming. Maybe of running, maybe of you, maybe of nothing at all. Some things you can't control. Years have passed. People have aged. You've aged. That's natural. Some things you can control. Tonight, you're here. That's enough. Your eyes close for a moment. You open them. You look at the ceiling. The pattern is still there. Maybe tomorrow the sun rises early. Maybe your mother makes you something. Maybe you look at the watch in the garage with your father. Maybe you walk in the yard with Rusty. Maybe you talk. Maybe you don't. Maybe not talking is enough. Your eyes close. This time you don't open them. This night, only this night, you're here. There's worry for tomorrow. There are decisions for the weeks ahead. There are questions about the years. But right now, just the bed, just the quilt, just your mother's lavender, just Rusty's breath, just the moment your mother walked in the hallway, just your father's garage sound, long since faded, just the house, your home. Years have passed, but the house remembered you. You remembered the house. Good night, traveler. Good night, child. Good night. Sleep well. The light from the street lamp keeps drawing its old pattern on the ceiling. The same pattern. It will be there tomorrow. It was there yesterday. It is there tonight. You don't need to watch it now. Close your eyes. Let the dark be small. Let the dog breathe. Let your mother walk in the hallway one more time. Somewhere, just to check. Let your father's hands be still in the garage. The watch fixed. The day finished. Let the porch light stay on. It will stay on. It always does. Good night. Good night. And there it is. Welcome back. I hope some of you fell asleep along the way. If you did, this part isn't for you. It's for the version of you that might find this video again tomorrow night, or the night after. So, let me sit with you for a moment. I wrote this story over a few quiet nights, and as I was writing it, I noticed something I wasn't expecting. I thought I was writing about a person going home, but somewhere along the way, I realized I was writing about how home isn't really a place. Well, it's a place, sure, but the place is only the surface. The deeper thing is that home is a shape made of small details that recognize you, a latch that makes the same sound, a chair that knows your back, a dog whose tail thumps when you walk in, a pattern of streetlight on the ceiling. Most of us spend a lot of our lives away from that shape. We move for work, we move for love, we move because we have to. And we tell ourselves we'll go back. We mean to. But going back takes a different kind of energy than going away. Going away has momentum. Going back asks something of you. It asks you to admit that the place you were in wasn't quite enough. That's hard to admit, even harder to act on. So years pass, phone calls instead of visits, photographs instead of presents. The summer that was supposed to be the visit home summer becomes another working summer. And the people who are waiting for you, they keep waiting without complaining, mostly without even mentioning it. And that's the heaviest part, really. Not the years away, the not mentioning, the way the people who love us hold space for us without ever sending a bill. If you're someone who lives far from where they grew up, and a lot of you are, I'd guess, this might land somewhere familiar tonight. You might know exactly what I mean. The bicycle in the garage, the empty chair at the table, the porch light. These aren't unique. They happen in different forms, in different countries, in different languages. that they happen. If you're someone who's done the waiting, on the other side of that distance, that's its own weight, maybe heavier in some ways. The waiting isn't passive, it's an active daily not complaining. It's a choice to keep the light on. Both kinds of people are tired tonight. Both kinds of people are listening to a stranger's voice somewhere, because the people they really want to hear aren't around right now, or maybe never will be again. So I hope the story gave you something, not a solution. I'm not in the solution business. I just write stories at night. But maybe it gave you a little company, a little permission to feel what you might already be feeling. If you've been carrying something heavy this week, you've carried it well enough by getting here. You don't have to figure it out tonight. That can wait. Before I let you go, if any of this resonated, leave a little something in the comments. Where are you? What time is it where you are? I read every one of them, in time. It helps me know who's out here. And if you have a game and the kind of story you'd like to see together, tell me. I'll see if I can find a way to bring them together. This channel is going to grow with whoever sticks around for it. So your suggestions matter. If you can give the video a like, that does more than you'd think. The algorithm still surprises me. Small gestures move things. After this, the game continues for a while. No more voice, just the screen and quiet. If you fell asleep already, beautiful. If you're awake, treat the rest like a window left open to a small town. Let it run, or close it. Whatever you need. Take care of yourself this week. Drink water. Sit down for at least one meal. Call someone if you can. And whenever you're ready, come back. I'll be here. Good night.